Hello everyone, my name is Harsh and a very warm welcome to all of you in this AI assistant app in Flutter. And in this video we will start designing the user interface for our chat screen. Okay, so let me show you what we want actually. So now we have designed this basic UI, but what I want is when we click on this now, we should move to a new screen, that is our chat screen. So we will start designing it. Mainly we will design this bottom part now. Okay, so there is a text field and a send button, and after that as we move further we can click on this and we are moving to a new screen either, and same goes here. Now so this is our basic application. So if I click on any one of them now, currently nothing happens. And one more thing, I have commented this API call, so unnecessary. When I press Ctrl save, it should not be executed. Now first and foremost thing, what I will do is I will create 3 separate screens for this. So what I can do is inside these screens, actually these are features of our application. So generally I prefer creating a folder called as feature, and inside this folder I will create a new file, simply chatbot feature.dat, and simply open it up, and inside this simply import material. Okay, so our material widget, and after that simply a stateless, or actually we will require stateful in this case, so simply a stateful widget, and simply name it to chatbot feature. And inside this I wish to use a scaffold, and inside this there will be an app bar. Okay, so simply app bar, and we can give just a title to this app bar. So simply chat with AI assistant, and below this I will create a simple body. Inside this body I will use a list view, so simply list view, and simply children's will be empty for now. And for now simply press Ctrl save, and the same thing I want for the 3 another screen. So I will just copy it out and paste here 3 times, and I will rename them. So simply I have updated them to image feature, and simply AI image creator with the app bar and a body, and the same goes with the translator feature. Now the thing is we want a tap detector on all these features. So what we can do is actually we will go to our model, and mainly in this home type we have already extended and custom enum here, so we will use this one. And inside this widget, inside our home card, what I will do is I will wrap this card with an inkwell widget to detect a tap. So simply inkwell, and inside this I can use on tap. Okay, simply like this, and we have to pass a on tap here. So what I will do is I will create a special customized variable here. So let me duplicate any one of them, and inside this what I want to return is I want to return a void callback. Okay, void callback means we want to return a function. Okay, and after that instead of this padding I'm just calling it on tap. And here what we need to do is when this is AI chatbot now, I will use get dot to, which means I want to move to a specific screen. So we are using get navigation here, and after that we can mention it like this, and here chatbot feature. Okay, so we want to move to chatbot feature, so simply import it and press Ctrl save. Now as you can see we need to update other ones too, so I can just copy this get navigation from here, and I can just paste it here too, as well as this one too. Now the problem with this is not a function, this is simply a navigation. So what I can do is I can use 2 parentheses like this, and simply here, which means this will treat it as a function. So simply 2 parentheses and an arrow operator, so this will create it to a function. And similarly we need to change the name of this one. So actually this is an image feature, so I will write image and simply import this one. And the last one is a translator feature, so simply translator and simply import translator feature, and we can add a const keyword to all of them. So simply for navigation, and inside this home card, so this home type dot on tap, and if we press Ctrl save, and now if I just press on it now, you will see we moved inside it. Now the problem is if I long press on it, you will see this doesn't look that good. Okay, actually it is covering the whole card. Now what I can do is actually I can just cut this home type stuff from here, Okay, so till here I can cut this row and I can use a inkwell rather here. So simply inkwell, and inside this child I will use this, and now I will remove this inkwell from here, but I will just cut this on tap, remove this inkwell and paste that on tap here. And if I just press Ctrl save, actually it is showing me an error. Okay, one more comma, simply Ctrl save, and now if I tap on it now, you will see a perfect ripple effect, but at the edges it is not looking that good, it is not that curved either. So what I will do is I will just move above, and inside this inkwell I will use a property called as border radius, and simply border radius dot circular, and or rather we can use all, and then we can provide a circular, so it will treat it as a const. Okay, so simply like this and a const, and now if I long press on it, you will see that effect looks like perfect. Now there is another issue. You can see this app bar doesn't looks good at all. Okay, so what I can do is I can just copy paste this app bars attribute and set it to this one, but for how many we will do it, we have to do it for this one too, and we have to do it for all the below ones, so that doesn't sounds good. So what if my app bar default look like this? So for that what we will do is we will set some attributes inside this main. Okay, so inside this main field I will override a property called as theme to set a custom theme to my app bar, and inside this we can pass a theme data. Okay, so simply theme data, and actually I need to remove this const. Okay, now inside the home screen we have set some attribute for the app bar. So what I will do is I will just copy those attributes and move to our main, and after that inside this I will use something called as app bar theme, and simply app bar theme, and we can paste those attributes, but there is no such thing as title, so we need to remove this title stuff from here and one parenthesis from here, and we will use something called as text style, so title text style. And now if I press Ctrl save, you will see nothing much happens. Okay, so what I will do is now if I just click on this now, you will see that app bar theme has changed. Okay, and actually one more thing that we have to do, the by default the leading has been removed from here. So what I will do is I will set some icon color to it, so icon theme, and simply icon theme data, and we can pass a color to it, so colors dot blue. Now if I press Ctrl save, you will see a leading icon here. Okay, and it looks decent, now if I move to any screen, the content is changing. Now we need to design just a input field here for now. So inside this chatbot screen, actually I will use floating action button to design an input field. That's a bit weird choice, but the beauty of floating action button is if I tap on it, it will move with that below input field. So what I can do is I will simply use a row widget here, and inside this row I will use a text field, so simply this text form field. Okay, and if I press Ctrl save now, it will throw actually a kind of error to me. The problem with this is this text field requires the maximum space, but we have not defined any space to it inside this row. So what I will do is I will wrap this one with expanded, which means take the available space possible, and simply press Ctrl save. So you can see a text field here, and now if I tap on this text field now, it moves up with the keyboard. Okay, so actually that's the beauty of it. Now if I tap anywhere on the screen now, you will see nothing happens, so we have to handle that case too. Okay, so on tap outside, so when we tap outside of the screen now, what we want is we want to hide this text field, or we want to move this keyboard below. So what we can do is simply focus scope. Okay, we can use focus scope dot of context and simply call unfocus. Okay, and now if I press Ctrl save, and if I tap outside, you will see this moves below, and if I tap on it, it moves like this. So it is looking good. Now the thing is we want some decoration around it, which means I want it to be curved, I want to show border on all the sides. So I can use decoration, and simply we can use input decoration, and here we can use border and simply outline input border. And if I press Ctrl save now, you will see it is showing like a box. okay, and that looks bit decent too, but I want it to be curved. So simply border radius and border radius dot all, and simply radius dot circular, and I am setting it to 50 because I want it to be too curved like this only. Now the thing is, it is to attach to the screen. So what I will do is simply we can add an attribute here, but before that we need to change the position of floating action button. So floating action button is by default here, we want it to be in center. So simply floating action button dot center float, and if I press Ctrl save, it will look in center. And another thing, I want some padding, so simply wrap this row with padding. And actually I want only symmetric, which means horizontal padding. So simply I can mention horizontal and 8 and Control save, so it looks okay. And I also want some hint inside this input decoration, so I can use hint text, and simply here ask me anything you want and simply press Control save. And actually I want that text to be in center, so I can use attribute called as text align and text align dot center, so it will move to center. And another thing, this is looking bit too big, hint text, so I can change its style. So hint style and simply text style and size to, let's say, 13 for now. By default it is 14 or 16 by default, so I think 14 is bit good too. Okay, it looks decent. Now another thing, this text field is looking bit too big, so what we can do is we can use an attribute called as isDense, and we can make its value to true. So this will reduce the size of this text field. Okay, now we can add a const keyword here for now, and we need to design a button here. So inside this row I will use comma and I will use circle avatar to create a button. So simply inside this child I will use a icons dot, and I want a rocket icon, so let's say rocket launch rounded. This looks good to me, and I want it colors to be white, so colors dot white. And let's say I want its size to be around 28, not 24 by default, so simply Control save, and this icon is looking here. And another thing, I can wrap this icon with the icon button. Okay, so simply icon button to detect a tap on it, so simply on tap, on pressed, and instead of this child we need to pass a icon and Control save. Now as you can see, the icon button has shifted bit like this because it has some default size, so we need to give some radius, a fixed radius to the circle avatar, and I am just giving it to 24, which means it will take around 50 pixels. 24 I think that's 48, and we want some spacing here. So one last thing for now, that is a sized box. So simply I have added a sized box here with a width of 8, and it looks decent. And then I have added 2 comments too. Okay, so that's it for this video. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.